If you can dream it, you can have it.
It's very crucial for our entrepreneurs to have the right entrepreneurial skills to ensure that they're able to generate an income from whatever they're.
Take the skill that you have, invest in it, and then watch it give you the results that it has.
When we lose our authenticity, it is very hard to become sustainable. Why? Because this is a very dynamic industry, and the moment you do not have a benchmark for yourself, you will definitely lose. So in our world where everything is moving so fast, try your best to equip yourself with the necessary skills that will enable you evolve with the market.
Those are voices of the youth. We are pleased to have you here, and please subscribe for more experiences as we continue. Stay tuned.
When we went to school, we were told that the ability to read and write was education. But as we are growing up, we are discovering a lot of things, and that and these realities are bringing us together in a forum like this, where we bring in young people, connect for a reason. And this reason for today will be those who are interested in fashion and those who see fashion as also a way of bringing value to the community.
As a fashion designer, you should not only be able to offer a product in the fashion industry, but also a service in the fashion industry. Why?
I want to be comfortable being the same you all the time.
In a very special way, we are privileged to have 3 of our presenters today.
To keep doing what you're doing, and I believe we are going to be the change that we want to see in our society.
Hi everyone. So my name is Violet Ochieng. I did BA Sociology. I live in Nairobi and I run a business in washable diapers. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be here and also to share with us, to learn from us, and just to have this moment where we reflect and also learn from each other.
Hi everyone, my name is Jehosheba. I am a graduate of International Studies and Diplomacy.
All right. Where you reside? Want to know where you reside?
Okay, I live in Abuja, Nigeria. I'm a fashion designer.
To Jehosheba and Violet, can you say that your educational backgrounds prepared you for this fashion you are in? And how did you really get into the line of fashion? Be graduate in sociology, you are a graduate in international relations.
Growing up, I want a little tweak on my clothes, and it was really hard for me. So that's like my first interest into fashion. So going to school, I studied international studies and diplomacy. My educational background kind of opened me up more to the fashion world because the course is mostly about history. So I get to see what is happening out there, what has happened out there, and how cultures and this thing of other countries emerge. So while I was in school, while I was doing my degree, I was taking my fashion classes at the same time. So I was mixing the both together. So I was going for a fashion practical class while I was doing my degree in international studies and diplomacy. Yeah, so my educational background has helped me in growing and giving me the mindset that there is a global thing there. It's not just within the shores of Nigeria. There's a global experience I can get out there as a fashion designer.
We are touched by the fact that you studied this and you got it, wind it up into your fashion. So it's great news. I don't know if Violet has something to share on.
Thank you so much. So as much as it didn't prepare me in the line of fashion, because my background is BA Sociology, which has no fashion in it, but then it prepared me in understanding human behavior, and also how do I interpret the human behavior into the world that I visioned for myself and also for the people around me. So to some extent, yes. And also what led me also to be in this fashion world, it's the need that you find in your community or in your surrounding. So I think fashion is something that everyone has. To some extent, it's just that we express it differently. And so for me, I'm expressing it through my washable diapers. And someone else will be expressing it through earrings, through dress code, through different ways. So yeah, to some extent, I feel like my sociology prepared me for this event.
And thanks very much for widening our perspective on looking at fashion.
So the first thing is passion. And then you have to have the determination to see it, to grow the passion. It's one thing for you to have passion about something, another thing for you not to know how to make it work. So you have your passion, then you get a determination, and then you have to be creative, because if you're not creative, you won't last, because you can't be doing what you're doing exactly the way every other person is doing it. There have to be that touch of creativity in it. Creativity is what keeps you it's what keeps you long in the game. Then the last thing for me is that I don't want to say like that uniqueness. So basically for me, those are the things I feel everyone needs to become a great fashion designer.
Yeah. It is not enough to be talented. You've got to be passionate. It's not enough to be talented. There are many people who are talented out there, but how many of them are really passionate about what they want to do? They are always across Africa. We are not lacking talent. We are not. So thanks very much for it. Really keeps the vibes of fashion going.
All right. So first of all, I think fashion is everything around us. We see fashion. Art is part of fashion. Apart from whatever we wear, everything around us happens to be fashion. And one common thing about fashion is it's very dynamic. And in different cultures, in different places, it changes over time. For example, in case I decide to show up in a ragged jeans right now, how people will perceive me is very different from me showing up in a ragged jeans some 5 years ago. Why? Because our industry is really changing, and every time it either adopts new things or recycles the old things that were there before, only that they come in different forms. As somebody in fashion, number two, you need money. And it is very crucial for our entrepreneurs to have the right entrepreneurial skills to ensure that they're able to generate an income from whatever they're doing. Those are the key things I'll give to anyone who wants to join the fashion industry. Thank you.
There's a very interesting twist there on finances. You know, developing a very good revenue tree. She spoke of the ability to grow customers, and not only grow those customers, but the ability to sustain these customers, so that somebody is able, in her own words, to buy your product without bargaining.
The reason as to why I make washable diapers, it's because it's environmental conscious. I also make them because of the economic aspect of it, where it is affordable and also it's sustaining and also fashionable. And my parting shot would be, most of the time you want things to happen like in a snap. Yeah, it has to, I have to know this skill now, I have to trade it now, it has to benefit me now. But you realize that this is not how it happens in real world. Yeah, it takes time. So what I will say is,
wow, don't be comfortable being the same you all the time. In fact, what are some of the challenges, of meeting up the market when you have a set of customers who are more interested in, let's say, buying things coming from Dubai, or things coming from China, or things coming from France?
It means that you're not only able to offer clothes, but you're also able to offer other services apart from the main thing, which is clothes. I am more into educating people about fashion rather than having the clothes themselves. So I can offer another product, which is a service on either how to stitch or how to make a particular garment, such that by the time there is a peak in the market, your business is still able to run. So one thing, as almost the exact reason why we have fashion designing schools in our city. In case it was just enough for you to go out there, learn from a particular someone how to thrive in the fashion industry, then our fashion schools would barely have a single person ready to take classes in fashion design.
What is your experience of partnership as a startup?
can say is it's easier to partner when you already have something on the ground. Even if it's not perfect, it's easier to go and ask for a partnership if you already have something in hand. So if somebody else is able to see that product in your own view and somebody understands the problem that you're trying to solve in the market and the innovation that you're going to bring to the market, it will be easier to get a partnership compared to you going and talking to someone about an idea. So find somewhere to start.
So, like if it comes to business itself, partnership are very key because those are extended networks that you're buying. Make sure that that partnership is strategic and you understand what you're getting and what you're offering, because sometimes you might find yourself giving so much than what you're gaining just because you want a partnership, just because you want your name being mentioned somewhere. So you're selling almost everything that you have. So partnership are both critical, but they're also challenging in the sense that if you don't understand your ground, or if you don't have that ground that you stand for, and really come to this point where both of you discuss what is there for everyone, because everyone has their own shares. Be so transparent to understand that, so that nothing goes like it doesn't reach a point where you realize that, oh, this person is taking much than it should be, or you're being used, so you don't end up saying I was used at that particular time. So I always ask, what is the limit to what you want from me? Like, how do we draw these boundaries so that at the end of it all, everyone got just the equal share that was meant to them, and you still remain relevant as a brand, as an individual, and also as an enterprise or a business.
Great having all of us, such an enriching discussion, and so many things coming out in terms of what is it that we are doing, how can we even do it much more better, and how can we connect with other like-minded people. So I believe we have just started this kind of discussion, and we hope that we will be able to continue having more of this, enabling us to connect as partners, as collaborators who are out to make a change in the society. And I'm so proud to have been your host. More importantly, minds that are out to make a difference. Across Africa, we had people joining in from Cameroon, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya. So, a regional outlook. And I believe there is so much that we can continue doing together. So on my side is to encourage us